Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us for the Promoverse's first ever press conference. The Pillars would like to welcome everyone here. At this time, if you haven't already, please turn off all cellular device and hand them to your nearest officer. Food, drinks, vape, and all other forms of smoking are not permitted in this conference. We strongly prohibit flash photography and recordings of any kind other than the exclusive Pillars Media ENT team. We would like to remind you that it is a privilege to be here for this historic moment, and if you need to exit for any reason, you will be prohibited from returning. Any violation of our aforementioned policies will result in the removal of your purses and potential lawsuit. Everyone has been provided with a Google Chrome device program to our questionnaire forums, where we will be accepting your questions. Any questions asked that violate your NDAs will result in the removal of your persons and legal action. Be advised that this conference is scheduled for 1 hour and will begin with the General Manager Don Krypton, followed by Joey Ramboa, who will be followed by AT and will conclude with Jay the Ace. Although we have an allotted time of 60 minutes, at any given moment, our promo artists can wrap up their time, potentially ending this conference much earlier than anticipated. With that being said, I will be your master of ceremony, and I invite you to please enjoy this historical moment. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Pillars. Don Krypton. Out of all 4 pillars, you were last to obtain gold. Especially after the sophomore slump, what qualifies you to stand alongside these men?
I think the word you're looking for is impact. See, the thing is, despite what my record says, I do hold gold. And all of the decisions, as far as the BWO is concerned, recent, past, and future, have my fingerprints on them. See, I'm doing what I can not only to make life better for myself here in the BWO, but I want to make it better for all the future competitors that will be coming very, very soon. I want to turn this into something that is legendary, something that can easily get a TV deal, something that will have people for generations talking about this one magic moment. And hopefully, you will be along for the ride as well. But if you continue to doubt me, continue to stand in my way, continue to cause problems with everything that I am trying to do to make this better for you, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences. Next question, please.
Are you capable of reviving your singles career? What's next for you here in the BWO?
Reviving my singles career. That's a funny statement. I think it's imperative for people to understand that I am still one of the best in the business. If your singular focus is the BWO, I understand why you would say that. It doesn't look too good. However, as far as other things are concerned, not only here I do have gold, but also in many other places that are coming along, that we're drafting people from, that we're bringing people in from their other companies because they want to be here, because they've seen what I've done in those other places and they want to know what's going on here. See, I'm not sure if many of you here in the BWO know, but I am currently the PUA Forbidden Door champion. And that is a world champion like basically all the others, the same as the Vagabond in WGP, which I also hold the Havoc title in, but we're not going to talk about that. And also the same as the Foundation title, which Young Gun holds. However, I also held the, the Prototype title for about 3 months there. They saw me burst onto the scene, take every single title they had, and trying to figure out where I came from within months. Even though what BWO, maybe it doesn't work the same. See, I am going to make things better. I know my style may not resonate with the battle rap, with the judges always, but this is battle rapping, and sometimes as a poet, I know that some of my bars will come off, and you'll get it. You'll understand. You'll understand why. But as far as me reviving my singles career, Don Krypton hasn't gone anywhere. If you need me, or if I need to take care of something, best believe you'll still see me around for a long, long time. Next question.
With Bones gone and BXT in your hands, how do you plan on cultivating the youth?
Cultivating the youth. Um, as much as I hate to say it, Bones did a great thing with BXT. Having some people who need to be a little bit more protected, but not necessarily put on the main brand, not necessarily beat up by people who have been doing this for years and years and years, or people who are trying to adjust to the style of the BWO. And it's a great thing. And even though we had to remove Bones from his posts, I promised him that I would make sure to take care of this product, take care of this brand, because it is a good thing. It is a step in the right direction, and I personally would like to say that we're going to make sure that the youth are taken care of. Well, they're not youth, they're grown-ass men, but we're going to make sure that those who are new to the BWO are taken care of properly. And honestly, even my match with Orion, obviously not a championship match, because what do I need to take a championship from him for? Unnecessary. It was just a litmus test, honestly. And he passed with flying colors. That was a great battle between me and Orion. And that shows you that I'm one of the best of the best. And that shows you Orion is probably going to be one of the best of the best at some point in time as well. And then we have people on the other end. Somebody like Purge. Didn't get really high scores when he first came in. But now that he has been listening to the judges, has been moving up in rank, changing up, creating his own style here, personally made for the BWO, boom, becoming easily one of the fan favorites. So I think BXT will be alright. I will do my best to guide it, but I believe Bones set this ship up to work properly the way it's supposed to, and we're going to keep it going that way. And we're going to do our best to keep them safe. If you caught up with BXT last week, or whenever it was, I forgot the day, I believe it was the beginning of the year, Orion and I have formed a alliance of convenience to find out who this lifeless character is. So it's very important for me, these gentlemen here sitting with me, and the entire BWO to understand that you can't hide forever. It's okay to come in with different gimmicks, but hiding your face, threatening people, it's not the way to go about things here. I will protect BXT. I will protect the BWO. And if I won't, we have the TYS Champion. We have the BWO World Heavyweight Champion. We have AT, the Power Player, 2-time champion. So, let's talk about it. Lifeless, if you're out there, show your face. We're coming after you. Next question.
As a general manager, how will you be expanding the BWO?
Expanding the brand. As far as future competitors are coming about, it's going to be very, very interesting to see, and hopefully more storyline driven as more people come in. Obviously, we have a fan favorite who just stepped in, SNES. We heard about the arrival of Dante Black coming very soon. He is the A-list showcase champion. So, in other words, these guys have some name, have some clout, have some stain to their names. So, them coming in here, whether they go directly to the main brand or to BXT, will be an infusion. And they're coming in here because they saw me come out in 2 months and take 4 or 5 belts immediately. So, this is why it's important. Again, also the Forbidden Door Champion. We're going to talk about PUA, which is a conglomerate of a bunch of different places. And as the Forbidden Door Champion, I can go anywhere I want with that belt. And obviously, I'm going to rep the BWO because that's where I'm from. Despite whether or not I have belts here, they know that this is the place to come because I'm a champion of almost 3 different brands. But I always make sure to put the BWO first. So people are now flooding into our product because they want to be where the best of the best is. And as much as I would love to agree with our esteemed host, Mr. DB Greatness, we are, I'll say it, we're better than EFED. So everybody wants to know where the goodness comes from. If you can see me and you see these gentlemen that are a lot better than me, hell, I admit it, these guys are great. Obviously, with all the belts hanging around their waist. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a good time. And I'll make sure to take care of BWO, BXT, these tag team belts. What more do you want from me? I'm going to do the best I can despite the council fighting me, despite everybody coming after me thinking I'm the bad guy. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make sure that the BWO thrives. In 2024, Kobe year, we are going to be destined for greatness.
Thank you for your time, Don. Ramboa, the floor is yours.
First and foremost, I trust that you are well. I know you wouldn't be here unless you're well. As you can tell, and following up from the Blammies, I am not at 100%. You can see it in my eye. You can hear it in my voice. You can tell in my skin tone, in my face, that I am flushed, but I am here. And that's what separates me from 95% of my locker room. My locker room is one of the most talented locker rooms in the whole Promoverse. And even still, we are cut above from that. I told you at Spooky Scary, the adversity that I'd crossed through to be here anyway, to not complain, to hold my tongue, to address myself and rise above every obstacle, every failure. Time and time again, and you saw it at Spooky Scary after that slaughter, that the best that they could give me was a 96. Ask yourself, why wasn't that 100? But did I come out here? Did I complain? Did I cry? Was there a statement? Nah, bitch. I rise above. I come out here again. Why was I scored so low in my match versus the Bronx Bomber? I'll tell you why in just a moment. And contrary to belief, I have the utmost respect for the Bronx Bomber. I wouldn't have done what I did in that match if I didn't have the utmost respect for him. The problem is, since the moment he came in here, he had zero respect for me. He thought because I was on top of the game here, because I was on the top of the charts here, with only 1.5 years of experience, there must be something wrong with this place. And the Bronx Bomber needed some humble pie. And I served it to him. I gave him that. And that's what I do. For 8 minutes, bomb after bomb after bomb. In that match, you may say I had the advantage. No. I had the disadvantage. Because long promos are a curse here. I know my audience. I know my judges. I know my counsel. I know my critics. I put myself in a disadvantage. So you can paint it however you want. But that is the truth. I went out there and I made sure a specific person didn't judge our match. And I don't know if he actually was going to tank Bomber, but I wasn't going to risk it. I wasn't going to risk Bomber coming out here, the only reason you want, shut the fuck up. I got rid of him. Now look at those judges. Judge number 3 hated the bombs, judged me fairly, gave me about a B. Judge number 2 hated the bombs, judged me fairly, gave me about a B. Judge number 1 hated the bombs, made it the primary focus, not my words, not my creativity, Just the bombs. Bomber, that is a hater. Judge number 1 is a Ramboa hater. I knew about the results. I read the notes before the show came out. Did I stop it? Did I renege it? Did I expunge it? Did I cancel it? No. Because that is part of what you need to carry on if you want to do 1, 2, 3. Night after night after night. 1, 2, 3. My shoulders hurt. My back hurt because of 1, 2, 3. And the criticism comes with the territory. So that's lesson number 1 for you, Bomber. If you ever want to be this talk your shit champion, you're going to have to get used to what comes with the territory. The haters, the critics, the delusional morons who will destroy the entire show just to prove 1 point. The narcissistic behavior. The extreme personalities back here. It comes with the territory. I'm not afraid of that. And that's why this is no longer the secondary title. And when DB Greatness mentions this championship, he has to say 1 of 2 world champions. I did that. Not Bones. I did that for years. Under the JDA's umbrella, under the Bobby Miller umbrella, this championship was quoted in the streets, in the locker room. DA title. I brought that back. This title doesn't make me. I made this title. When I lose this title, it'll quickly elevate my successor to heights he's never been before. I did that. And maybe they'll thank me when I'm gone. Maybe they'll appreciate me when I'm out of here. But for right now, I'm taking the blows, I'm taking the punches, because that's what I do. You look across the Promoverse. You look at the top 10s, top 20s. My name's nowhere to be found. And I don't take that personally. You know why? Because the BWO's nowhere to be found. And maybe that's our fault a little bit, our forefathers, mistakes of the fathers, sins of the fathers that I'm cleaning up right now. Maybe it's their fault. Delusional, jealous, haters, probably a little bit racist. I'm not sure. I don't care. But by the end of 2024, BWO will be undeniable. And you will have me to thank for it. You will have Don Krypton to thank for it. You will have AT to thank for it. You will have JDAs to thank for it. I received 4 Blammies this year. I think I did about the same last year. I've been doing this. I came in here guns blazing. Talked a lot of shit. I rubbed people the wrong way. I said this place was a good idea that could be great. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Did that put salt in the wound to the old school? Where they at? Bones constantly retiring every 2 weeks. I'm not even going to mention the rest of them, because if you ain't here, you ain't here. Shame on you. Shame on you. You call this place your house and you let me run you out. Shame on you. And that applies to 7 different people. That's all I got to say. I told you at the Blammies. There's no one even close. And I'll be champion for the next 3 years. Thank you. God bless.
That was a mouthful. And at the other extreme, AT, why are you so quiet?
Why am I so quiet? Because if I speak, I'm going to offend you niggas. Next question.
Bones has called you out Is something brewing? Do you want to address it?
No. Next question.
How do you feel after your recent loss to Vagabond?
And Vagabond, man, Vagabond. Honestly, it's about damn time, man. It's about damn time he won. I done whooped his ass so many times, whether it was 1-on-1, whether it was a tag match. But I'm a big fan of Vagabond, man. I'm rooting for him. I think that he's one of the biggest underdogs here in the BWO, and I'm glad he won. It ain't gonna happen again, though. Damn for sure ain't gonna happen again.
How does it feel to be the only pillar without gold?
How do I feel? Man, I feel many things. I would love to be the Talk Your Shit champion. I would love to be the tag team champion. I would love to be the BWO champion, but the truth is, my whole squad got all the titles. There ain't nothing left for me. If y'all want me to get a title, BWO, make something else. But the thing that frustrates me, though, this is what frustrates me. It's while we got Joey as the tag champ along with Don, we got Joey as the Talk Your Shit champion, we got Jay the Ace as the BWO champion, but you also have AT, the king. This crown is a title. This crown is a championship. I earned this shit, and I rock it proudly, and people forget that. But in addition to having a crown, I also got the Minute to Win It title, and I also have Match of the Year. So while I would love to have a BWO title, I'm just happy to be a part of a squad that's running shit.
What is your actual relationship with Jay the Ace after he cashed in on you after your biggest moment?
Look, man, losing the title to Jay the Ace was hard, man. It was a rough time for me, especially when I was kind of on fire the whole time, the whole year up until that point. And I often wonder how I would have been as a BWO champion. I wonder what my career would be. I'm pretty sure I probably would be the longest reigning BWO champion of all time, if you're being honest. That's how on fire I was. But because of it, I had to go find the light, man. I had to get out the darkness. I had to go find the light. And I'm happy that I did, because in that moment, in that space, I was able to find healing. And what healing came with forgiving Jay the Ace as well. And I forgive him for the way that he swooped in and took the title. But that's also how the game is. I knew what I signed up for. I knew it was a possibility. And quite frankly, I probably would have did the damn same thing if I was him. So regarding our relationship, that man is my greatest foe, my greatest rival, but he's also my greatest friend. Think of Goku and Vegeta. Think of Asta and Yuno, and think of Deku and Bakugo. Like, think of those type of relationships, and that's pretty much what me and Jay is. And, you know, people want us to feud, people want us to beef. You know, it is what it is. Right now, we are on the greatest terms, and one day, ATM will reign supreme over this motherfucking tag division, and that is a fact.
What does aligning with the pillars mean to you?
What did aligning with the pillars mean to me? Man, look, man, those are my boys. Being in the BWO division is rough, especially when you by yourself, especially when you don't have any backup. There have been too many times where I feel like I was misunderstood. Things got taken out of context. People betrayed you, stabbed you in the back. People shared text messages. People overreacted. People talking shit. It isn't so much. And most of the time, I'm just like caught off guard. Especially when that's not who I am as a person, man. I'm not a bad person. I don't do bad things. But I do speak up for myself. I do defend myself. And so it means a lot now that I have a whole team that defends me as well. If someone speaks ill on AT, best believe Joey, best believe Don, best believe Jay gonna step up and they're gonna speak up and they're gonna rock with me, because that's what brothers do. The pillars have made this division, this whole experience for me, way more positive than it's ever been. And they made it fun. And many times when I wanted to give up and I wanted to let shit go, they was like, nah, man, keep rocking. Or they was like, look, we're gonna rock with what you do. And because of that dedication, because of the love that I get from those guys, man, I'm dedicated to the pillars. And I'm gonna rock until these motherfucking wheels fall off, like I said before. And I stand by that. And I stand on that. I guess I can take one more question.
How do you feel about the BWO?
How I feel about the BWO? I kind of answered it in many different ways, but the BWO filled a void for me personally. It was like it's an outlet for me. And despite a lot of the dramas and the B shit, a lot of the bullshit that comes with it, I still respect everybody. I still like everybody, even the people that curse me out and call me all types of bitches, which is most of the locker room. I ain't forget. Like, y'all call me so many bitches and other words that I don't lost count. I guess I'm 80 the bitch, I don't know. But you can't beat me, though. You can't beat me, though, in promo or in real life. But nah, man, I fuck with y'all. We still here. But now, I will say this. The BWO has created a training ground for me, and I'm kind of curious to know how my career is going to be in the Promoverse. So let's see how AT is when he expands his wings. So yeah, that's how I feel about the BWO. Fuck y'all. And I mean that with love.
Well, AT, we certainly love you. Thank you so much for your time. Last but not least, we have Jay the Ace, the BWO champion, and we want to know about the Promoverse.
I mean, first things first, I just want to say thank you for taking out some of your time to have this press conference with the premier promo artists, and not just the BWO, but the entire Promoverse, and myself, AT, Don Krypton, and Joey Ramboa. It is not easy to sit all four of us down, because if you haven't been watching the product lately, the last couple of months, realistically over the last 2 years, you would know that we are very busy men, and to be able to pull us away from something other than defending a title or just, usually whipping somebody's ass, it's not easy. So thank you for having us. Yes, to get to your question though, yes, I have alluded to going out to other places, to the grand horizon of the Promoverse and defeating some of these champions. And that's just a little personal thing for me. I find it somewhat disrespectful that a lot of these other companies and a lot of these other promotions don't even recognize us. We just had a top 20 list out in the promo whatever the fuck, and they had the audacity to put Don Krypton, who's one of the best promo artists in the game today. They put him on that list, and they put some of his accolades, and they didn't even put that he was a BWO Tag Team Champion. And see, him and Joey Ramboa, they worked very hard and went up against a very good tag team to win those titles. And I find that shit disrespectful. And I had already planned to go out there into the Promoverse because, quite simply put, it's all about power. I say we go out there, we dominate, and the best way to dominate, you go into jail, you look the biggest motherfucker in the eyes, and you bust his fucking mouth open. And that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm the biggest dog here in the BWO. I am the BWO champion, and despite not having my BWO title, I am that guy. I am that nigga. So, I'm going to get into it, for a lack of better words, with the WGP champion, WPG champion, whatever the fuck, and the PUA champion, whatever the fuck, all these other little bullshit indie mud show e-feds, and I just want to go up to their champions, look them in the face, smack them in the mouth, show my title when Tuck gets his shit together, show off my title, show them that we are better than e-fed, not bigger, better than e-fed. I am better than their champions. And I mean, there's really not much to elaborate on there. I know I kind of went off on a little bit of a tangent, but it pisses me off that we should even have to compete with them, because you look at our lowest tiered guys down here, and what do when they go out there to Foundation and whatever the fuck else? They dominate. Our guys who are averaging low scores go out there and kick all the ass. They come here for their real matches. They go out there for practice, for training. The rest of those other e-feds, they're preseason matches. That's what that shit is. And you know what? Hey, I could always use a little bit of practice, so I'm going to go out there and hunt a couple of lower, lesser weak game. That's my plan.
Jay, where does ATM fit within the pillars?
Yeah, I think we are literally leaving money on the table by not reforming ATM and having a couple of tag matches down the way. Your current tag team champions, my stablemates, AM Mayhem, are great tag team champions. They're a great tag team. They're one of the few true tag teams that the BWO's had. They had a long journey just to get to that point. But on the other end of that coin, ATM only had one tag team match. And me and AT don't even live in the same country. And up to that point, we had the highest tag team rated promo in the history of the BWO. Yes, that was beaten a few months later, but still, with the level of coordination that we had, we were able to do that. Now imagine a concerted effort for us to work together. And, we've had our ups and downs, me and AT, but as I said when we won our Blammy, when we get together, it is money. People can make these jokes and say whatever, that I need AT for my career to flourish, or he needs me. And maybe that is the case. Maybe that is the case, but you know something? If having AT in my career puts my career at the point that it's been, hell, if anybody else in the BWO can do that, please come insert your career into my crosshairs. Please cross me so that way I can boost, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to be one of the GOATs around here. And to be the GOAT, you have to have competition that brings you there. We would never have heard about Shawn Michaels, for real, if he hadn't had some of those bangers, if he never had that Iron Man match with Bret Hart, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what is The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin without the other one? Are we the greatest of all time? I don't know if you could say that, but do we have the greatest rivalry of all time? I mean, shit, the numbers say that, the Blammies say that, the scores say that. So if we did that as opponents, you saw what we did as a tag team once when we were thrown together. Yeah, we will be doing some tag team stuff here. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even want to attempt to try and take the tag team titles from Mayhem, because they're a damn good tag team. And I'm not afraid of them, but I want my brothers to keep their gold, and I don't want to take any L. So who knows how that match would show up. But as I look out into the little pissing at E-Feds out there, I look at some of their titles, and I think to myself, damn, you know what? I wouldn't mind being Jay the Ace with another belt. I wouldn't mind having one belt for each one of these magnificent broad shoulders. So yeah, I think we're going to do something real soon.
Who do you expect to win the Golden Mike?
Who am I expecting to win the Golden Mike? I mean, expecting and wanting are two different things. I'm a man who thrives with competition. I want only the highest tiered competition. That's why typically you see me go out there and make the challenges. So you can imagine my disappointment when our last Golden Mike winner, the artist, the villain, Trevor Robinson, didn't utilize the opportunity. And hell, maybe he would have never used it against me anyway. Maybe he wanted the tag team titles. Maybe he wanted the TYS title. Maybe he just wanted nobody else to have the Golden Mike. I don't know. But I mean, some of your easy picks to think about. Bobby Miller's floating around. You know, if Bobby Miller's around, that means he's gonna bungle the cash in against somebody. I don't know who he would choose. I mean, maybe Disco Bob comes back. He's literally my guy that I want to be one day. Who doesn't fucking love Disco Bob? Maybe Tuck might try and cash it in. Maybe Tuck will go after the Golden Mike and win, and maybe he'll have a solid excuse for not sending my BWO title. I'm still waiting on that, Tuck. But honestly, I mean, as a former Golden Mike winner myself, what if I decided to enter the Golden Mike? What if somebody else in my pillars decided to enter the Golden Mike? I mean, in case you haven't been watching the product for the last 2 years, we win pretty much everything. In our group, we have multiple Blammy winners, tag team champions, TYS champions, BWO champions, minute to win it winners, King of the Mic winners. We've won every single accolade. What's to say that we don't do it again? And what's to say we even cash in against somebody else in the pillars? What would happen if, say, myself or AT or Rambo or Krypton won the Golden Mike and decided to go and take that title off of Vagabond that he's been walking around with from that little pissant company that he came from? Or what if I decided to win it myself and go back and beat Young Gun's ass again and take that title off of him? Who knows? Again, Jay the Ace with 2 belts is just something that I think would look damn good. And any of my brothers, I mean, Joey Ramboa is walking around with 3 belts. Maybe he wants a 4th one. Maybe Don Krypton wants another one. Maybe AT finally wants to get one himself. I mean, he's been busy doing Hollywood shit. I imagine when you're that busy, it's very hard to go after a title. So a Golden Mike opportunity might just be that thing that makes the Golden Pillars even more golden. Who knows? But My smart money is always on the golden pillars.
How do you plan on making the Promoverse better?
What are my plans to make the Promoverse better? Well, I ask you this. If you have been watching the product, you'll notice how intertwined the BWO is starting to become. You notice that people are coming from other companies to just get a glimpse of the BWO champion, to get a glimpse of the TYS title, to get a glimpse of the tag team champions, to get a glimpse of the Chaos King. People are coming from other companies. We're finally being talked about. The guys that have been here riding and dying for the BWO, they're getting better. That competition here is getting better. And since I came back, I put a concerted effort to be as a part of the Golden Pillars and make sure that the Golden Pillars are as part of the product as humanly possible. Because you see, that is good for business. So in my match with Young Gun, when I challenged the rest of the Promoverse, that was all for business. See, I don't want to go out there and just beat them for nothing and take their little pissant titles. I don't want those little gaudy things. Some of them look alright, but for the most part, just really not my style. I am BWO, homegrown and bred. But the BWO is quite literally the goddamn Wakanda of the Promoverse. Yes, I know the racial parallels there. We are smaller. But at the end of the day, we are so much better and richer and more experienced than everybody else. That's why when we go out there, we look like gods when we go to those other places. And that will continue to happen. So the best way, though, the best way to improve the Promoverse is to go out into those other companies and make them bow down to our might, make them bow down to our excellence. What am I going to do to make the Promoverse better? Simply put, what me and my pillars have been doing. Dominating. Going out conquering. Grabbing the people and forcing them to submit to our promo will. The pillars run the BWO, and very, very soon, for the better, the golden pillars will run the entire Promoverse, and I will bring this entire company, this entire BWO with me, kicking and screaming, and at the end of the day, everybody in the Promoverse will get in line. That is how I and the rest of the pillars are making the Promoverse better. And you know what? Will somebody shut that fucking... This is the type of disrespect that I get. I don't know if that was Foundation or WGP, WPG, PUA, UAPA, APA, whoever the fuck it is. I can't work like this. Alright. This is fun. But if there's no further questions, I have to do what I do best and go dip out. So, yeah, no further questions from me, and I'll see you guys around.